Time's up. Have your own.
Here it comes.
Fade in.
When it comes to fans, it is a fan's right to have whatever opinion they want to have.
But guys, can't we just love everything Star Wars? It's all great. Touch me, please.
But I also hate you a little because you go and make it your business to try to make fun or try to get in. Yes, exactly. Half-breed putting her crotch in my face.
Bella Downsy fingered Dora the Explorer on HBO.
Well, we're talking about people who have serious sexual orientation and gender identity problems. And I'm not talking, and when I say sexual orientation, I don't mean, a dude who likes a dude and a chick who likes a chick. We're talking about people who think that they're non-binary and they don't know how to play with their holes and shit like that.
Oh,
so, Jesus Christ.
Jurassic Park didn't eat more out of Lilo's pie.
Fuck. Stop touching my penis. Stop doing that. I did not consent to this type of touching. Stop it. It's wrong.
Bella Ramsey's non-binary, though, so the Hollywood
Shut up!
Reporter isn't
That is an
respecting
ugly
her
little
identity.
woman with the face of a mongoloid. Okay? That's what she is.
She does look like a changeling.
He's a she. He's a she. He's a she.
Listen, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. The only reason the world hasn't probably imploded is because of porn. Because you take away the porn, World War IV happens. We're going to skip over World War III. We're going right to World War IV. All right? We need release. We need relaxation. We need things. Whatever scratches your itch, whatever gets you going, whatever gets a rise out of you. As long as you keep it to yourself and you're not hurting anybody else, especially kids, more power to. I don't care if you're a goddamn furry. I just want to see it. But people need their release to stay calm, to stay relaxed. All right? You take that away, enjoy an actual revolution where people of all sides don't agree on anything, will come together and say, no, I'm not living under this world where I can't touch myself. All right? No, this is the reality we live in. It's just there. And as long as somebody's getting hurt, everybody's having a good time. Just because you are either a frigid or an erectile dysfunctional is not a problem that I care about. All right?
And he starts making Superman and bastardizes it, and they're like, oh my God, please come in my mouth.
Oh my.
You are... That's it. Write that one down. Okay, hang on.
I'm not on camera, though.
Yeah, but it's not going to stop me. I'm still jerking off in front of my console.
The Legend of Korra took a diarrhea in my mouth and then told me to chew it, swallow it, vomit it, and then eat it again. Yo, you let the joint hit the back of your throat. Have you no shame?
I'm gonna
tickle that itch.
Tickle that itch. That makes the itch worse, though.
Wait, what? Tickle that itch?
You guys not heard that phrase before? That's a real phrase.
Tickle
I swear.
that itch?
Yes.
Okay, I'm writing this one down.
It
Yeah,
means,
write that down. Tickle that
tantalizing
itch.
it. It's not just scratching it. You're tantalizing it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, okay.
You heard that, fat boy? We got to tickle our itches now.
Yeah, tickle that Star Wars itch by doing this other franchise.
I always said scratch that itch.
Scratch that itch, yeah.
Get that satisfaction of yeah.
You hear that, fat boy?
Tickle that itch.
Tickle that itch.
He's laughing.
Damn, getting kinky on us.
Tickle that itch, fat boy.
You've been he's been back on Ballbusters. It's effective.
Oh yeah, he's been getting corrupted.
The degeneracy is here.
And you think that anybody that says something otherwise is the racist? You crack-filled, heroin-smoking, porch monkey, white smoke, chocolate-eating moron. You're the racist.
Impressive. Most impressive.
I'd work with Haley Atwell every day.
But
with two hands even.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
I want to see boobies!
And these tool bags wouldn't know quality if it walked up and motorboated them. Because, you're going to motorboat quality.
Wait, what?
Quality boobs. You want to motorboat quality boobs.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
Howdy, all. Welcome back to the roundtable. We took last weekend off because I had to do stuff on Sunday. It's just the way life is, and it would not have worked. And literally, I didn't get home until after 5 o'clock, well after 5 o'clock. So I would never made it home in time. Anyway, hope everybody's doing all right on this Sunday, April 19th, where we are getting closer and closer to my day of doom. I got to buy tickets this week, Jed. I got to buy a plane ticket this week.
Yeah, I would have bought them a while ago.
I was waiting. Well, here's the thing. I was waiting for the issues with oil to calm down so that the prices were perhaps just a little bit low, because I know they spiked, and I only have so much funds for the plane ticket. So
something to be aware of is, regardless of the current situation, they will spike again at the end of April because of how long the tankers take. They travel about the speed of a bicycle. So the stoppage that happened in February isn't going to reach us until the beginning of May. It's
happening. I'm going to buy the tickets this week. I was going to do it last week, but certain things happened, so I'm going to do it this week. I'm getting my tickets. I still have time. There's plenty of airlines, plenty of flights. I'll find a way. I have multiple.
Spirit.
Shut up. Anyway, so howdy all. Here we are, and Jed, that's good enough. How you doing?
Well, I am doing great. I'm finally getting tired of fighting with flat earthers online who don't understand the basics, precepts of reality. And to distract myself from that, I'm going to see Project Hail Mary again tonight, actually. I already have tickets. I can't get out of it. I'm going to see it later on tonight with a friend who's in town.
Five or six? Was that 5 or 6?
That's 5. Currently, it's 5. The last few times the plans fell through, but we already have the tickets. There's no backing out this time. And I start my new job tomorrow.
Yeah.
Early. I have to drive 2 hours and be there at 8:30 in the morning for orientation. It's not where my normal office is.
Okay, I was going to say that sounds like that's going to be rough, but
it's going to be rough for the first few days, but I can handle it.
Hey, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Absolutely worth it. But that means I can't stream as much for the first week.
Oh, darn. Real job, which is going to actually be fine. Anyway, hi, Dre. How you feeling?
This has been the most insane week of my life.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely insane. So my wife and I celebrate our 10-year anniversary this week. 10 years. Last night. So one of my best friends that we've been friends for decades, he's been planning something like to take us all to dinner, whatever. Take us to dinner and everything for our anniversary and all that great stuff. So I go to my mama's house to drop off my son. I drop my son off. So he proceeds to drive. When we start driving, he said, "Yo, I gotta go back to my house and feed my dog." I'm like, cool. Go to his house, feeds the dog. Then we're heading into the city. He gets off on the wrong exit. We're on Bladensburg Road. For those that aren't familiar with Bladensburg Road, that's the ghetto. He's like, "Yo, I gotta go get me some Tums from the 7-Eleven.
What?
I'm like, what are we doing? And mind you, I'm dressed to the T here. I got my shirt on, slacks.
That means you step out of that car, someone's gonna eyeball you.
Someone is going to have their way with me, and it's not going to be pretty. So we get off there. Then we driving down. We're going down the road, going down 395. We get on, 295, and then we get on Pennsylvania Avenue. We're on Pennsylvania Avenue. I said, what are we doing on Pennsylvania Avenue? Once again, for those that aren't familiar with this, ghetto living. He's like, oh, this CVS right here finally has my Tums. We go to this. He go to CVS, gets the Tums. We get on 395, and we head to a part of town called Southwest. Now, I don't like Southwest because now they've gentrified it and there's a lot of condos, whatever. We get there, find parking. We stand in this line. Howard University is having their prom. So all the kids are dressed up. I said, oh, that's nice. The kids are dressing up. It's really nice. We get in this long line. When I'm in this line, I see a couple old friends of mine. I'm like, oh, snap. What's good with you? Like, oh, it's great. Then minutes later, I see my homie's brother and his girl show up. I said, wait.
The pieces are falling into place.
I'm like, whoa, what is going on here? I said, okay. I said, okay. You got some of the homies together. We're all gonna celebrate together and have a nice dinner. I said, all right, very clever, very clever. Now, Southwest is our only port in DC, so that's where our boats come in. We get on this boat. We go on this boat. I'm like, listen, my people have been on boats before and it didn't go well. All right. We get on this boat. We take a picture and all that stuff. We go on this boat. On this boat is all of my closest friends and family that I have not seen in years.
Wow.
Many years. Then I see my mama. My mama is there. I dropped my son
off. The baby off.
Off to you. I panic for a second.
Who's looking after the baby?
That's what I said. I saw mom. I said, oh my God, my dad has him. Oh my God. I was like, oh God, he's dead. Oh no. What happened? Then I see one of my other friends is carrying my son. I'm like, oh
he's on the boat too.
Yeah, he's on the boat too. So all of this was a ruse to have a surprise party for us for our 10-year anniversary. And it was a very, very momentous occasion. They filmed my reaction. I turned as white as Jed.
But here's a question. Did they have to take it to the ghetto?
And I told him. He was like, in his defense, he was like, yo, I had to buy time for everybody else to get on the boat. So he kept making all these wrong turns and going down ghetto roads and all this stuff, stopping at CVS's and 7-Elevens, and so he can buy.
It's just showing you how far you've come.
Yeah.
It's a chronicle of your life.
It is. It's a chronicle of life. Because I said, oh man, they remodeled the old library where I used to get jacked at. Like, oh yeah, they remodeled that to he said they remodeled that to like 4 years ago. I'm like, oh. Like, okay. I'm like, that's great. And so I'm seeing all these old places where I never want to go again.
Yeah.
But we end up having like one of the nicest surprises I have ever had in my life. And it was really, really cool. Really, and we had a really good time. There was a DJ, there was booze, chicken.
More chicken.
Steak. It was very, very good. Yeah, it was a very, very nice day. On the flip side, I've been keeping up with Daredevil, and I hate it.
Yeah. We missed a week on that one, and I hear it's not going well.
It's not going well at all.
At least Vanessa's free now. She's actually a good actress, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad she's dead. Thank goodness. Because the previous, I might as well sum it up. So last week, unfortunately, we weren't together for real life stuff. But last week, we had maybe the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen in the show. When the governor meets with Vanessa because she doesn't want to meet with the mayor. You figure that out. Meets with Vanessa, has a conversation with her about like, hey, pretty much knowing that she knows they're criminals. She knows they are. And pretty much says, oh, I'm not going to support Fisk, but I will support Mrs. Fisk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there like, yo, you're the governor. And you just said, hey, I'm okay with your corruption because there's a girl boss involved.
Yeah.
In what realm would that be a thing? And so I'm glad she's dead. But the previous episode may be the longest filler I've ever seen in my life. Because it's all about her dying. I'm like,
what did she die of?
So that scene was cool because Bullseye comes in during Fisk's fight and starts just throwing knives at people, bodies falling, and then he throws a snow globe, a glass globe at Fisk, and Fisk uses the championship belt to break it, but the glass shatters and hits her in her temple.
Okay.
Hits her in her temple, and then at the end she bleeds out, like, oh, hooray, she's dead. No. We have to go sit through an entire episode of 50 minutes of very cool flashbacks of Foggy having like a flashback stuff, and episode like Foggy's in it, and Wesley from season 1 is in it, and everybody's reminiscing and blah 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 on how and then there's a story about redemption and all the good Catholic values. All like somebody put forth some effort, but ultimately they think she's gonna pull through, and then she meets Jesus. That's the whole 50 minutes is about her dying. I'm just like, we knew she was dead, bro. Like we saw her bleed all over the daggone canvas. Like,
so boring.
It was boring as sin. Well acted, but boring as sin.
Well, that's been your takeaway the whole time. Everybody's giving good performances, but what they have to work with is dog shit.
Absolute dog. And I'm like, these folks deserve better. They deserve better because they are chewing up this scenery. They are doing everything they can to make this garbage work. But my God, is it boring? Boring. And then I think we're in the 5th or 6th. I don't even know what number it is, but we're almost at the end. Just like in season 1, nothing has happened.
And then we're going to rush no heroics.
I heard something happen, Dre, and I need you to confirm this. This
Sure.
is just what I heard. Is one of the flashbacks with Foggy, we got something very important confirmed about Matt Murdock. Probably the most important reveal we've ever had about him.
That he's blind?
No. According to what I heard, he has a foot fetish.
No, he has things against foot fetishes.
Okay.
So they make fun of their then boss before they start their Nelson and Murdoch, and they joke about him being in defeat. This is the dialogue that's written for these actors.
Yeah.
Feet stuff. This is what's being.
Well, at least they're making fun of feet stuff. At least they are.
At least they're making. But this is serious courtroom drama. Feet jokes.
Oh.
That's where we're at.
And Brad says, the legal shit's shit. So, and he would know. He's a lawyer.
There is the legal stuff in this joint is absolutely farcical. Even in the idea of a totalitarianistic government, the fact that you still go through a democratic republic and have a judicial system that actually has a trial by jury and everything is kangaroo court, that's not how that works at all. Take it from somebody that may or may not have taken the stand at his point in his life. That is not how that works at all. I'm like, yo, it's an embarrassment. And now the homegirl that sees Muse all the time, they took her out of the last few episodes, which is good because she ain't got nothing going on. There's nothing going on. And the idea that, we're still trying to get Fisk caught up in stuff. You have the hostages.
That hostage thing hasn't been resolved yet?
You filmed their testimonies and then had a lawyer there to film the testimonies with. Why have you not given this to the authorities or the governor? Anyone?
This sounds exhausting.
You have it. It's such a ridiculous piece of garbage. If this was season 1, all those hostages would have been killed before they even got the chance to breathe a word. We actually have recordings of their testimony of how they got kidnapped by the AVTF, and nothing has happened. This show is a joke, a bad joke. It's It's bad.
Well,
It's a bad show. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
I mean, it's the thing is, and we're not going to extensively talk any MCU outside of this week because we know there's a Doomsday trailer lurking because they show one off at CinemaCon this week.
Yes, they did.
So we're not gonna touch on DC MCU stuff this week because I have a feeling once that trailer drops for real, I'm sure there are leaked ones out there, but I haven't seen it. I haven't looked for it. I'm just gonna wait.
Not as far as I'm aware. There's a few clearly AI ones out there.
The AI ones are so obviously dog shit.
They're really obvious. But Eric Voss, I believe it was him, the new Rockstars team, they were at the panel at CinemaCon somehow, and they talked about that Disney's using a new anti-piracy technology that they think no one was able to actually record it. There was a shame system, like they're using infrared lights to, or something like that to look for cameras. And
they have every right to.
It would pause, and like a spotlight would show up on that person, and they'd be
as much shamed. As we shit on Disney, they have every right to protect their trailers. I mean, I'm all for waiting till it comes out. I don't need but also because as a content creator, I can't react to a rip from a con. I can't do that because then that gets me in trouble. So I'm all
you didn't
for
watch the Avatar movie last week?
We're gonna talk about that in a second. I'm gonna give Dre a chance to possibly talk about that. At least comment on the whole situation because we missed that one. But I did read the description of what happened in the trailer, and it sounds terrible. The movie sounds that trailer sounds horrible. But we're not going to get into it because let's wait for the trailer because that'll be a nice big hearty meal. It'll be their first drop of anything in 2 months. With still, what is it? We are in April. This is month 4. With still 6 months to go, 6-7 months to go until the movie drops. So they have a lot.
Well, that Avengers movie drops.
Doomsday.
Yeah, but there's an Avengers movie coming to theaters.
Yeah, they're releasing. Yeah.
With added scenes to tie it to Doomsday.
Added scenes?
Mm-hmm.
I missed that.
They specifically said we're adding things to make it tie directly into Doomsday. Doomsday is a direct sequel. It is not the conclusion of phases 4 and 5. It's a direct sequel to Endgame.
Which you basically means you just wiped out phases 4 and 5.
As you should.
Actually, wiped him out, and it looks like that Steve Rogers will know who Peter Parker is, so that's going to be important for sequel.
Well, according to the read, he shows up all haggard and gnarly looking in the trailer when he joins the fight. Mm-hmm. We're going to save that anyway. Before we get going further, hi, Dragon Lady, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I was quite surprised when we weren't talking last week, so yeah, it was quite chilled weekend after that.
Real life. Anyway, before we get going any further, good sir, Algram the Strong with a 39-month member message. Thank you, my friend. Adam makes plans to fly African American Airlines, the one that uses duct tape at the wing to fuselage the joint. Yeah, no, I'm sure I'll end up on U.S. Air Delta or something like that, normal, where I won't fear for my life. Anyway, thank you, Algram, for being a member for so long. I appreciate it, my friend. And he is one of the mods here, along with the bot, to make sure things happen right. They're doing good. Hello to Huzzah, son of Joxer. Hail to Dash. And anybody else. Hail to Brad, who I will be on with Wormhole Watch later tonight. Anybody else is watching, not chatting, we're happy to have you guys here. We hope you enjoy the rest of the show today. It's a show. I'll just say that. It's a show. We do the best we can with what the pop culture world gives us. Anyways, what we're going to do today. 1, box office roundup, because we are going to basically catch up, because we didn't talk last week. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a slight commentary here and there, because really, outside of a couple movies, nothing's happening. Everything's waiting for May at this point. Waiting for May and the Day of Doom and that disaster. And we'll get to that. Speaking of that, at the last minute on Friday, they dropped a Mandalorian and Grogu final trailer with a month to go. I have seen it, but I saved the reaction for today. Also, to simply discuss the fact that what's going on with Disney Star Wars, because it's a disaster. Because there's a little show out there called Maul Shadow Lord, which we've mentioned in the past. Nobody's talking about it. And I watched 2 episodes of it.
It's number 1 on Disney Plus.
It's number 1 on Disney Plus, which only has 130 million subscribers as of last September, because Disney stopped releasing numbers of subscriber rates because they kept dropping. One of the failure streaming services. Nobody
They literally can't give it away for free.
Yeah. So we're gonna kind of, after we check out the trailer, we're gonna have a little talk about what is going on with this year in Disney Plus. And after that trailer, it's gonna answer all, because teacher, if you haven't seen it, Sigourney Weaver in a Republic flight suit. Well, Dre just died inside. I just drive by.
I died inside because last night, you know what I watched? Galaxy Quest.
With them titties out.
Oh,
them titties out.
I had nice dreams.
What did you say about that just a second ago? You watched Galaxy Quest 4, and it sounded like you said the first time.
No. Again.
Oh, no. Last night. Okay.
I thought you said you watched it for the first time.
Oh, no. I was in theater.
I didn't have nice dreams. I'm having Crimson Desert dreams where the world is picking up loot and exploring things and doing. I'm having weird dreams because of the game. I'm playing it too much. I know.
That's still better than I'm dreaming. There's a new conspiracy right now that dihydrogen monoxide is poisoning us all and killing us all. Do you know what dihydrogen monoxide is?
No.
Di, 2, hydrogen, mono, 1, oxide. It's fucking H2O.
Oh,
water. Yes.
Well, yeah. Sure. If you live in Flint, Michigan, that water's killing you. But not here.
It's some kind of poison, because apparently some food companies have started saying dihydrogen monoxide instead of water. So they're adding poison to our food.
They're doing that for probably some sort of legal bullshit.
So I had a dream that I was fighting with someone that we all know in this sphere who's a major conspiracy theorist about why it was okay to drink water.
Okay. Let that go. We're going to let that go. Anyway, other than that, we got... And I want to ask a question. After I talk about some announcements that I saw for movies coming out in the next couple of years, between continuations of franchises and video game based stuff, as we mentioned, they're really going to go into that. I want to ask a question: can Western entertainment, Hollywood, can it be saved? I'm just gonna ask that question and see where we go. I thought about it last night. It's like, I want a question for today. That's where we're going to go with it. So why don't we get into the show? Let's start with our box office breakdown. Here we go. So we pick up with, we'll go to the one who's been out the longest. Good old Project Hail Mary. Jed's coming up on the half dozen, and it's made some money. It is in profit. It's been in profit for the past 2 weeks now. Jed, it won. Is it fair to say it won?
Oh, it absolutely won. It's made profits. It's universally positive, and people are crying for physical media. People are saying, do not get this on streaming. The push is to get it physically, and that's a push we haven't seen in a very long time. And because of all this, the studio decided, we're pushing back its release on digital.
Oh, that's such a smart move.
Good idea.
It was supposed to be on digital this Tuesday.
Cinemas for a while. Yeah, it was supposed to be very, very soon, but they said, we're pushing it back. It won't be out on digital anytime soon. They've extended its theater run a lot. We're not talking like going from 45 days to maybe 60 days. We're talking a traditional 90-day or longer theatrical window. Right. They are determined to keep it in as long as possible. And they got back in IMAX. There have been new sold out IMAX screenings as of this week that it's been back. It's going to see a bump.
So, considering here's where we are, it had a couple of 1 million, 2 millions this last week, but that's fair enough. We are in we are now in week 5. That was week 5. That's fair enough, but it still is making profit. The gross is still rising.
It's 73 million this last week.
Yeah. So, Jed, where do you think it lands now with its legs? If it goes 90 days now,
if it goes the full 90 days, I think we could be sniffing out 800. The 700's been the industry expectation this whole time, even with it having digital coming out in the next week or two. It was still going to stay in theaters past that. But of course, that was going to bring it down a little bit sales wise. But 700's been the industry prediction for the last few weeks. But if they really do extend it past 90 days, 800's possible. $1 billion's completely out of the question unless they release the director's cut in theaters.
You would have to bring people back who haven't gone to see it 2 or 3 times. to get that.
And and the director's cut could do it. It really could do it, and it would make sense with there's a video game coming out this fall for it that I found out about.
Oh yeah.
So if they release the director's cut to coincide with that, or with Artemis 3 next year, because they saw a bump because of Artemis 2, that it could eventually get to $1 billion, but it would need to have some re-release shenanigans to get there.
And that's kind of an asterisk. Then we're talking
kind of an asterisk, but
run,
90 days, I could see 800 being sniffed at.
Really? Okay. I'll take your word for it because it's chugging along, but that international would really have to pick up a little bit more to get there than where it is. Because when domestic and international are roughly the same, and domestic since starts to outpace international, that doesn't scream 800, 900 million to me. Just a general experience. But there is a lot of goodwill with this movie. The memes are positive; they're not negative, and many people like you, they've gone to see it a bunch of times. So I think that this is a good, positive thing out there. I'm glad the movie's found its success. As I said, I liked it for what it was. I don't ever need to see it again. I mean, you might make me one day watch a director's cut if it comes out. I can accept that. But
I don't know if you'll be able to. You thought it was bloated. The director's cut is almost 4 hours long.
Listen, as long as we're not in a theater and we can pause and I go take a piss sometimes and get some eat and drink, that'll be fine. But I ain't going to a theater for 4 hours. I'm not doing that. I'm not, especially not today's theaters. Just not because they're not comfortable. Just
Understandable.
Just because it's not fun to me anymore.
But with this, domestically, as of the I think yesterday, it grossed more domestically than Dune Part 2. And that's the highest grossing of the 2 Dune movies. And Dune is seen as incredibly successful.
They're crying
sequels.
Well, we know that the Dune movie fans, because I'm just going to say the Denny V movie fans, they're crying. They're saying this thing's going to hit $1 billion. I had a talk with X-Wing a couple weeks ago, and he said he says $1 billion. The
thing to keep in mind, X-Wing and a lot of these other big Dune fans said the same thing for Dune 2.
Yeah, and here's the thing. There was more enthusiasm for Dune Part 2 than there is for this movie. People are some are slobbering, but they're not clamoring, and that's because I'm not going to rant on it now. It's not time and place. Later this year is time for that. There are a lot of problems with the narrative of this movie. It's not a true telling of the story, and it's turned a lot of people off. And it doesn't. It's
still going to be pretty. I'm sure Dune 3 will still be just as pretty, and it'll probably eke out a profit just because the other two did eke out profit. But I think the fact that this is making more of that, and Dune has had a more juggernaut marketing to it in the past than this had, that's saying something. This is grassroots organic. The people are naturally enjoying this movie. People didn't go back and see Dune multiple times. They didn't. It was one and done. Nope, because one and done. And the great thing is how Amazon's handling this. Amazon is one of the first streaming services to buy a real studio and stick to their promises of respecting theatrical runs. I think this is a good sign for MGM Studios as a whole.
I think it has
the Amazon umbrella.
I think it has a lot to do with it. The fact that they fired Jennifer Salke last year and they replaced the entire Prime Studios executives. They replaced them all. And they probably brought in people who understand movie making and movie production. And
MGM Studios has been a major Hollywood studio.
They're one of the original studios. They're one of the original studios.
So hopefully, it sounds like they're listening to the MGM people.
Yeah,
which is absolutely a great thing.
Yeah,
and they know how to say no. That's the thing I'm most impressed with is they have restraint. There will not be a Project Hail Mary sequel, even though people want people are clamoring for it. There shouldn't be. Not with how the story ends. And the game
wrote something. Should there then be more? If there's actual lore written, source material written, then you do it. If he doesn't make more, then you don't do it. You don't try to make something.
He's talked about it, and he said he's not going to do it unless he comes up with a really good idea.
There it is. Respect. If you don't have a good idea, don't do it. And so that is how you work. And I will say we shit on Corpo all the time. I shit on Corpo this week. I shit on Amazon in the video this week because there is room to shit on them with how they're still doing stuff. But Amazon, you used to say Netflix is the 50-50. I say Amazon is the 50-50 now because Amazon has learned in some cases to back off and not interfere. And some of their television is good because they back off and not interfere. And here we're seeing they're backing off and not interfering with movie production and marketing, and it's producing a good result. I still wish they didn't own MGM, but at least they seem to be managing it better than I thought they would, as you just said. So this is good news. Now, what that means for the
future, doesn't make me trust James Bond, because that's their new big franchise. I was going to say that next
with Denny. Because it's Denny. I don't trust Denny as far as I can kick him in the ass and punt him across the football field. But also, he's French. I don't trust a Frenchie. Point is,
unless they're Sandfall.
Yes, yeah. That's different industry, and they have a nice proven track record. Denny doesn't have a proven track record to me. His track record is not trustworthy, as far as I'm concerned. Point is, Bond is the next test. Will they make him make a Bond movie, or will they let him go Denny all over it? That's the thing, because the Broccoli's are no longer involved. Granted, they gave us the last batch of Bond, which wasn't really Bond anyway. So I don't know, but Amazon at least is now don't trust but verify and see where it goes. So anyway, real quick before we go to the next, we are going to talk about it. Killer ML1SD for $5. Thank you to anybody still in the Chicago area. You should go see Hail Mary on Super IMAX in Batavia. It's a 50-foot tall, 90-foot widescreen, and it projects 1:4:3. Hey, well, there you go. That's the example, bringing it back, and that. I'm not one for IMAX personally, but people do like it. So I'm not.
In general, I'm not either. But this film is truly an art film. It's beautiful. Yeah. And so seeing it on the best screen possible does it a good service.
Yeah. So there it is. That's just the evidence. It's still on the screens. They're giving it more time. And like you said, because of that, it might go the distance to 800. But thank you, Killer, for the $5.
Just don't go watch Infinity Vision.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is? No, that's part of this whole conversation.
Oh, okay.
So with Dune 3 coming out, I don't know if you heard, IMAX has given all of their screens to Dune 3 instead of Doomsday. And Disney
really?
Why didn't you give us preferential treatment? Disney spurred out that they weren't worshipped. So they've made their IMAX competitor called Infinity Vision. Now, instead of doing what IMAX did, was help develop new type of camera technology to support the format, building new theaters of huge scale, developing audio to compensate or go along with it, really building out the format that people love. Infinity Vision is just a brand that can be slapped on existing premium screens. They're not changing anything. So it's just a different type of premiere format that he's talking about. It's not actually IMAX, but it's still an incredible viewing experience. But Infinity Vision is literally just, if at your theater, Adam, did they have a really big screen that wasn't IMAX that cost a few dollars more? Most theaters do these days.
I just know they have a couple different kinds of IMAX. They say IMAX, and I don't.
So
know.
Disney's just going to put their label on some of these slightly better screens, so that they can charge you IMAX prices for it.
This shows you they're scared for Doomsday. This shows you, but we'll put a pin in that one for a later discussion. But what is definitely still kicking ass, taking names, good old Mario. Last week it broke 600 million. Slowed down a little bit this week. Definitely slowed down a little bit because last week was a juggernaut of a haul. But still, because look at that. It had amazing legs from week 1 to week 2.
Less than 50% drop 2 weeks in a row is really good.
A little less this week, but and looks like my prediction probably won't happen. I said it was going to hit 1.5. I was being very generous. It probably will taper out about 1.1, 1.2 at this rate because it's only week 3, but it's still going. But still, massive success, and Nintendo will continue to market and make it a thing.
Well, I do want to point out domestically per theater, Mario is making about the same that Project Hail Mary was in its 3rd week.
Mm-hmm.
Per theater. That 8,000 per theater, it's almost the exact same as Project Hail Mary's in its 3rd week. So its decline is happening. I don't think $1.5 billion is on the table anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I was wrong. I was being very, very generous in that thought. So
probably still $1 billion.
It'll hit $1 billion. I think it will. I mean, it's only week 3 and it's at 700 million. I think if it stays in there 45 days, which Nintendo has no reason not to leave it in there for 45 days, no reason whatsoever, it'll cross $1 billion. And I'm sure they'll be talking, oh, it didn't make as much as the first one. It's not as successful. No, I think it did its job by Nintendo telling everybody we are making a whole connected universe. So. But good
it was
for
the
it.
Iron Man 2 just opening up the
universe. Don't it's basically keep the momentum going, don't fuck it up. Essentially what it was. Don't fuck it up. You've got your chance now, and we'll see what they do. So not much to talk about here, just commenting. And mind you, Nintendo's made Nintendo Illumination, they made a shitload of money on this. As of this moment, this is the most profitable movie of the year right now. As of this moment. We don't have we don't have any major anime movie releases this year like we did last year with Demon Slayer and stuff like that, which had massively tiny budgets and then made tons of fucking money. The budget of this one was still 110. Yeah, 110. So
which mostly went to its cast.
Yeah. So this thing still has made a bunch of money. Its profit is at least, I would say, $500 million at this point. Pure profit.
You can see below there, though. It is falling slightly below expectations.
Yeah. But it's a win. When you make that much money, it's a win. And also, let's be honest, things are more expensive this year than they were last year. I mean, cost of living is much higher. And maybe to take 3 or 4 kids to go see this again, it's not cost effective. So maybe they are going to wait this time for the release on digital or the hard copy, the physical copy, before they have the kids watch it over and over again. It's a different world than it was a year ago. So still, definitely a success. And then I don't know anything about this, but I do know that this Lee Cronin's The Mummy thing came out and did shit.
It does have a $22 million budget, so
but it still has. It's not good. Yeah, but it still needs to make at least $80 million for profit.
I don't think it can make it. Yeah, it's gonna lose money at this point.
Look, and out of the gate, I didn't even hear this thing. All I know is that I saw articles. Hail Mary and Mario destroyed this movie. I didn't even know what it was. Then again,
it is a remake of The Mummy. It is supposed to be the same monster as, the Brendan Fraser one and the classic Mummy and everything like that. But it's nothing like any of those. The story is the suburban family. Their 6-year-old daughter disappears for 2 years. And when they recover her, she's been changed. And she's basically stalking them in their house, and it's a house horror film of this mummified daughter coming back to haunt them.
And listen, nobody cares because with the announcement of the new third movie, because all signs point to it wiping out Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, they literally said with Rachel Weisz coming back, there is only one Edie. The next movie is kind of all people care about concerning Mummy franchise and anything Mummy related. And it looks like be Goodwill. So I just wanted to bring this up.
I just want to point out, I hate when filmmakers put their names in the physical title.
Yeah.
If we just kind of casually refer to it as that to differentiate, that's fine. Like Tom Cruise's Mummy movie. That's how we differentiate.
Yeah, and that's how you sell it. You say Tom Cruise.
Exactly.
Because Tom Cruise
I've never heard of Lee Cronin. And I don't care if I had. He shouldn't be in the name like a Rob Zombie's. What was that film he did? Halloween. Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah. Well, Rob Zombie had made a name for himself in those kind of movies, and good or bad, it was a recognizable thing.
Just referring to it as that is fine, but the physical title I think is so dumb.
Yep.
It sounds pretentious. That's something I'd expect James Gunn to do. I could legitimately see him putting in the title James Gunn, Superman, Man of Tomorrow.
Well, we did it for him. Okay. And I want to talk to this. Dre, are you here? Or were you just taking a breather while we're doing this? Okay, he's not here because I want to ask him about this. So I'm going to put pin in this one. So I want to quickly then review this real quick. Where is it? All right, so let's get to it then. Let's start with the oh no, don't hit that. Don't hit that. There we go. Fix that there. Okay, so at the last, all right, I'm going to take a chance. Just to buy time, because I want Dre here for the next segment. Just to buy time. Let me open this up. Just to talk about... Actually, no, damn. And now, because I want to do that, I want to... Oh, you are here. Great. Okay, you are here. Okay, he's back. There we go. Okay.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I had a family thing. In.
That's fine. That's fine. I figured it. All right, so then you are here. Then I will go to this one. So there's a reason I put Dre's clip of shitting on Korra in the intro this week, because last week I talked about it for half a second as a headline, but then it turned into a thing. Hackers got into the Paramount Nickelodeon servers.
Sure did.
And as essentially not just for the lulz, this was payback for how the franchise is being treated. Avatar: The Last Airbender, we're talking about here. The firing or not rehiring of all the original voice actors, the hiring of a blind chick to play Toph, and horrible marketing compared to this. And the entire movie got leaked around Tuesday, Wednesday, I believe.
There's another important thing to note with the controversy surrounding it. This was initially going to be a theatrical release, but they changed
October 6th.
To make it a streaming service instead.
Yeah,
and that pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah, so that was trigger for it. There was supposed to be a movie, and then they did that. So hackers got in and dumped it. And for a 24-hour period, as it says here, full movie, no longer, it came out, and this was on the, what day is this? This was on the 13th. So on the 12th, on April 12th, movie got leaked. In 24 hours, it kept popping up all over X.
Yeah, it did.
It would get taken down, but pop up again. But then here's the timeline. Here's what happened in the last 24 hours. Full movie is no longer just with the hackers. It's being passed around via secret vanishing links across the internet. So it's up on pirate sites right now. It's up.
Absolutely.
It was everywhere. By the 13th and 14th, everywhere. And I started seeing it because I had a bit of a personal issue in the middle of the week, and so I didn't do much. But I still trolled around, and I saw the clips. And then I found the movie. I didn't watch it because I don't care at this point. I'm not into it. I'm disenfranchised. But I saw the clips. Looks fantastic. The animation is beautiful. Top notch. Looks great. But then here we go. Clips keep reappearing for hours, staying up for 2 hours before DMCA kills them. Entire film has hit the torrents by now. Reaction, leaked footage, animation stunning. Voice acting apparently is the worst. It's terrible. The delivery, the voices, all kinds of wrong. I mean, I was watching
like the characters.
I was watching the clips on mute because I generally don't unmute these clips, and in my mind I heard the original voice actors, so I didn't, and I thought, wow, that probably sounds great with them, and then I learned, oh, it's not them. It probably sounds terrible. And during this whole time, Paramount and Nickelodeon, nothing. So Dre, there was a conversation surrounding this stuff, and Dre, have you witnessed this?
I have witnessed it. The only good thing about this franchise is that the original one ended on a high note.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that come after is an absolute mitigated disaster. Legend of Korra may be the most disappointed show in the history of humankind.
Mm-hmm.
The live action M. Night Shyamalan garbage.
Ugh.
Horrid.
Netflix.
The Netflix version. Who gives a crap?
No.
And now we got The Legend of Aang. And let me be as clear as I possibly can. This should have been the sequel years ago.
Yes. And
Who gives a shit about Korra?
And here's the problem. This thing might have worked if 2 or 3 things had happened. One, you have the original voice actors come back. They're all still alive, and they're all good at voice actors. They can age themselves up in their voices.
And they've naturally aged about the same length of time.
Well, it's
been 20 years.
This takes place about 10 years after the original. Okay. Everybody's in their 20s now. So it's about 20 years, but still, they're voice actors, and they're all good ones. Rufio is still alive, damn it.
Very much so.
Anyway, so you have that. But here's the problem. If you had used this as a full reason, and I made this mistake, and Sam, our good friend Sam Infamous, corrected me when I was talking about it earlier this week. Yes, the original creators were fully involved in Korra. So they're to blame for their own disaster with that. If they had read the room and used this to wipe out Korra as continuity, it would have been a good starting place. Because this thing is in the shadow of Korra. It is.
Yeah, which is possible because they established that in Legend of Korra that pretty much everything is relative and subjective in the daggone Avatar spirit world, which pissed me off more than anything else in history. But like, if this was a chance to retcon, if they wanted
an
to do
easy chance.
Easy chance to retcon,
and people were hungry for this. They want the original gang.
Everyone knows that the Legend of Korra was a mistake. Everyone knows it killed the franchise dead. Killed it. They had its way with it. Revived the body. Had their way with it again. The body was stinking and bloated, and they kept doing things to it.
And Dre, the problem with this movie, though, is now, because they didn't do any of that, it still is within the shadow of Korra.
Absolutely.
I've read breakdowns of this movie. It's essentially condensed versions of Korra storylines, with Aang being treated like a bitch throughout the whole movie. And
that's correct.
And the gang getting their asses kicked by people they have no right getting their asses kicked by. We have another souped up Bender that's capable of kicking the Avatar's ass with a spirit staff and shit like that. There's all kinds of nonsense in order to artificially inflate the villain to make it a challenge, and it all falls apart. Although apparently they did make Toph a muscle mommy with bigger tits. So
yeah, which is really, really weird.
Yeah.
Really
weird.
And
it doesn't help anything because if you go by the Korra timeline, she's a bad mom. She's a terrible mom.
She is.
So I'm so glad I gave up on fucking Korra. I was already wanting to give up in the prologue of it when it showed toddler Korra mastering 3-4 elements right off the bat.
Elements. Yeah. I almost turned off my TV.
3
elements.
That nearly killed it for me. I made it through until they started showing cars and 1920s technology. I was like, I don't want to fucking deal with this level of technology. Yeah. So I think I watched the pilot and that's it.
Yeah,
I couldn't fucking stand it.
So
you missed nothing.
And so this entire thing, animation quality aside, shat the bed. And during 100%. This, there was a thing. You need to not watch this and go support it for its release. It's not fair. People white knighting. I'm not going to watch this. They're too late. Millions of people watch this already. The franchise, it's done. It's done. Yep. And they still have that horrid live action season 2 coming out of the first story. And
have you seen the difference between Aang?
Oh yeah, dude, shut up
versus
dude,
what he
shut
looks
up
like
6
now.
inches. Dude, shut up 6 inches. Kid hit puberty.
He's taller than everybody else now.
Yeah, I mean this is the problem when you wait years to do something.
Yeah, stop
especially
waiting
when you're
17 years.
Aang now.
When you're dealing with prepubescent children who have yet to hit puberty, you don't know what their genes are. You don't know if they're going to skyrocket and grow another foot. And that kid grew almost a foot.
Our Harry Potter TV show is going to have this problem soon.
Yeah, well, and the fact that they're not continually shooting, we'll be taking breaks. They're going to have a problem. But discussion we will have later this year. So I wanted to just touch base on this because Dre had fully watched Korra as opposed to Jed and myself, who said nope. We noped out real fast.
It's a bad
and
show,
it's a shame. Man. It's a shame. This should have been, Dre, you said it perfectly. This should have been where they went originally. 100%. Follow these people down through their lives 100%. Until their natural ends.
Yep. This is exactly what they should have done. Last time we saw Aang, he was a preteen. Then next thing you know, he's dead. And apparently he died young. And
in his 40s. Died in his 40s.
And apparently Sokka died young too. But everyone else is alive? I'm like, get the freak out of here. Just
and totally ineffective. And totally ineffective.
So bad. Yeah. That show was bad. Some freaking thruple crap and daggone, she ends up being a lesbian at the just kill me where I stand. And then she's the only Avatar left because she destroyed the Avatar state. What?
She doomed the future.
Apparently not because of what she did. It gets reborn into twins in the new series they're working on.
No one is watching this garbage.
Yeah.
They killed the franchise. Yeah. Like many people hail, and rightfully so, that The Last Airbender is one of the greatest animated shows ever put on
in
to the
Western
American
in Western
stage.
animated
Yeah,
shows.
yeah.
It's glorious. It's great.
And darn it, it may be the greatest of all time. There's an argument to be had. The Legend of Korra took all that goodwill, sodomized it in front of its children,
Oh my.
and then had the audacity to keep going back to The Last Airbender and to keep producing. It's the Star Wars problem all over again.
Mm-hmm.
We have the original trilogy, we have the prequels. This is where all the money is, and this is what people care about. You make a sequel trilogy, which may be the worst trilogy that the good Lord has ever seen, and all your other content that has ever been produced is from the prequels,
Yeah.
and the original.
The
There's
previous era.
no content for the sequels. You know why? Because it killed the franchise.
Can't milk a dead cow.
You can't. And the idea that everyone keeps grandstanding The Legend of Korra, look at the truth. Everyone knows the truth. Legend of Korra is a disaster. And it's the ultimate franchise killer in history that now made The Last Airbender no longer a viable franchise.
Yep.
It's a disgusting thing. And now we have The Legend of Aang, in which he's getting cucked.
Yeah.
Who wants to watch that?
All you had, we said it a few minutes ago, it was the easiest retcon button you could have pushed.
You could have done anything.
But they had no goodwill because they got rid, they DEI'd it, they identity politicked it. Sorry, you can't have a person that can see doing the voice of a blind girl.
And they all have to be Asian now, so there's that too.
Who gives a crap? Who cares? You're voice acting. Who cares?
And
accurate representation.
And here's how hypocritical they are. Rufio, he's Asian.
He's very Asian.
He's Asian. And he's Zuko.
Yes, he is.
But
if you want to feel better, have the villain be white, played by a black voice actor.
Sure, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll play the villain. I'll do it. It's like you ruined all the goodwill. You destroyed this franchise years ago, decade and a half ago. This franchise has been dead a long time. Now you want to make an Aang show that we clamored for right after the last Airbender ended, and then you give us garbage?
They should have made this in 2005, 2006. Because the animation's the same high quality. They could do it then. They could do it now. Now they can do it then.
Studios. It's like it's Nickelodeon. So it's the same studio that's doing it.
The
so it's not like you don't know.
Yeah, looks good. So they could have done this 20 years ago.
Ridiculous.
They could have done it 20 years ago. And this could be this franchise could have had multiple era seasons with the original crew, passing it off to kids in the next generation. Don't make it a mega city with technology like they did in Korra.
Mm-mm.
No, have it be that world, that fascinating world that is steeped in Asian mythology. Do it. But no, we're gonna fuck off. We gave you lesbian Korra or not quite lesbian Korra because they weren't even brave enough to go all the way there. So I'm glad we touched this. I wanted to get the reaction on that since we missed it last week, and I knew that Dre would provide much better commentary than I could. But here's
such an easy layup. I'm sorry, but like decanonizing Korra and the leak. I don't know if you or the fan theory for what the first trailer was going to look like. I fucking love. Have it start with the original voice cast of Ta calling him Ong, and that be her thing to make fun of the M. Night movie.
Yeah.
Get goodwill by making fun of the terrible adaptations.
Yeah. So it's a shame, but as Dre would say, let it die. This is
let it die.
Please.
Let it die. Let it die. And
it ended well. There's an ending.
And you could take the Book of Water, Book of Earth, Book of Fire, put it in its shelf, leave it there. It's happy. It doesn't. Here's the thing. I don't think it hurts that because people who love it can still go back and watch it and say, stop
absolutely
here. Done.
Absolutely
done.
As I do with so many things, like I do for the Star Trek franchise, like I do with Star Wars, like people do with Doctor Who, and so let me live in when it was good. Stop bringing stuff to the forefront. Oh, we got this new Avatar. Is it great? Not at all. Get out of my face, then. I'm not interested.
Speaking of Doctor Who, Jed, you like this? So, Tubi recommended my mom First Doctor the other day.
Yeah,
and she's she's getting ready to look at it. She asked me about it. I gave her a crash course primer the other day. So she's gonna watch some. She's gonna watch some First Doctor in black and white.
It's got most of it on there of classic Who. They're in great quality, but your crash course, just make sure it includes the first episode recap, because for some reason they don't have the rest of Unearthly Child.
I gave her lore.
Okay.
What are Time Lords, the TARDIS, the Doctor?
They have the very first Unearthly Child episode, but they don't have the rest of Unearthly Child.
Yeah.
So they are missing a few of the first episodes.
If she asks, I'll let her know that. But Tubi recommended it, and she's getting ready. You can just find what you like, watch this, and if you find what you're doing this, we'll get you started on the more modern stuff, which is more serialized. So
I'm sure she'll love Tom Baker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. If she decides to keep going that far into classic Who, but yeah. So it recommended Doctor.
Tubi is actually probably the best streaming service out there, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just very easily accessible.
Free, great content, and you don't even need an account to use it. It's got a better UI than Paramount Plus.
Yeah, it's good UI. It's good UI.
It's easy to use.
Right, so I thought you get a kick out of that. She get a kick out of that. So she's getting when she's finished watching some stupid vampire show she found. I think she's gonna she just watches schlock on there because it's mind numbing entertainment late at night. It's like whatever, and she doesn't have to think hard because she's tired. So she's getting ready, and she's getting ready for that, and hopefully she'll enjoy it. And then she'll because I tried showing her New Who about 15 years ago, and she couldn't get into it. So maybe
there's so much lore to try to wrap your head around with New Who.
Yeah. But fortunately, and I may explain to her regeneration and the reason for it. I think I'm gonna get her the 50th anniversary movie of how William Hartnell became the Doctor and stuff like that. But I find the version with Matt Smith, not Shooty Hootie.
That's right. They did replace him.
Yeah, I got to find that. I got to make sure I found the right version if I get that for her. But I explained to her why the Doctor changes, the real reason, and then the in-universe reason, and how each Doctor is different, and how because she said, "Well, this one looked." She saw a little bit of the second Doctor when she was streaming. She's like, it looked a little goofy, a little silly. And I said, "Yeah, but then you get to Pertwee, and he's a kung fu master, and he's."
I love Pertwee. I don't mind if she skips 2. 2 is the one Doctor that's, considered a good Doctor that I will never argue with someone saying that they skipped him.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it's been lost anyway. So
a lot of it has been. And I don't like the recreation animation. It's not good.
Not bother
the black and white, That
was just a quick tangent. Just you mentioned it. It sparked the memory. And here we go. But now I'm going to make you guys cry. So on Friday, while I was making videos and streaming Crimson Desert, Disney Lucasfilm decided to say, hey guys, with basically a month to go, here's our final Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. Has anybody besides me seen this yet?
Heck no.
Okay, well, I looked at it because I thought, do I react to this? And then I thought, oh no, I'm going to save this to get everybody's likely, and I was right to guess that, fresh reaction on Sunday. So here we are. Are you ready? And I'll tell you this right away now. You still don't know what this movie is fucking about.
Of course you don't.
There is no indication because they're reusing a lot of the already used dialogue and they add some shit. They're trying to make you feel like it's some sort of epic thing and it falls apart. So why don't we now take a look at the final Mandalorian and Grogu trailer as we edge ever closer to my day of doom on May 25th.
Get that Huttese thirst up in here.
So first of all, how dare you take Yoda's theme? How dare you?
Yeah, that is theft.
How dare you?
This looks like Rey's first scene in Rise of Skywalker.
I'm not, Dave Filoni, he's a copycat of even the worst copycatable shit.
We've all heard stories of the Mandalorian bounty hunter.
Have we?
Not at all.
Have we heard stories of the Mandalorian bounty hunter?
I didn't know he was infamous in the galaxy.
They don't even use his real name in this. They never say Din Djarin once. Because nobody knows his name.
They're really bad at naming characters in this franchise.
It's Disney Star Wars. They don't know what they're doing.
And a child.
Call him Baby Yoda because the stands hate it when you call him Baby Yoda.
Call him merch.
I only
Yeah. All right, here. Now we've heard this line before.
hunt Imperial war criminals. I'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
I'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
For money,
Look,
right? For money.
No. He works exclusively for the New Republic. In this, he doesn't work for anybody else.
Is he paid though by the New Republic?
I don't know.
The money.
He gets to live on a backwater world with Baby Yoda.
Backwater cash is what I want.
All right, so remember Snowtroopers.
Remember?
Oh, so they've woven. Here's how dumb this is. They've woven in the Imperial theme, but you're showing Hutt gangsters.
Are the Hutts working with the Imperial remnants?
I don't know. And these are the two twin Hutts that you saw from Book of Boba Fett. These are the two Hutts who are very strangely entwined with each other. It's very, very creepy.
They're Siamese Hutts.
No, stop it.
I'm not. That wasn't a joke.
I think that's exactly what they are. The Siamese Hutts.
Yeah,
they share the tail.
All right. Well, I want to hear that dialogue. So let's go back a second. Okay. You think they're Siamese Hutts?
Yeah, I think their tails are joined.
Yeah, they are actually intertwined. I thought, like physically.
I don't know. I don't think.
Wait. Yeah. Keep going. I think they're.
All right, so
see the tail on the left.
Well, here's the tail going right there. I don't know. I don't know. You have a better shot of them in Book of Boba Fett because it's in daylight as they get.
No one watched that show.
I did. For pay and pain.
All right, I'm gonna Google it. Are the Hutt twins Siamese?
Okay. Are they
conjoined? All right, that's a politically correct term. You're supposed to say conjoined now.
You can't say Siamese anymore.
Yeah, you're hateful.
Ah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so Adam is right. They're not officially confirmed to be conjoined or not.
Yeah, they're just Hutt cesting.
They're quote extremely close. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Give me
anyway,
a break.
Pathetic. Well, anyway, so you're playing the Imperial theme with some Hutts on screen, which is retarded. I don't care if you show Snowtroopers; it's retarded.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Man, she needs a paycheck.
It's not about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
But what's in terms of what?
I want my money. I'm a bounty hunter. I want money. I don't care about wars.
Oh, we're gonna hear what he cares about. Okay, X-Wings and atmosphere. Aren't we just here for X-Wings and atmosphere combat? Yes, they can fly in atmosphere, but they're still starships. They're starfighters.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor first.
Check your armor. I mean, the little circle medallion he wears on his chest, that's his armor, remember? Because he doesn't have that chain shirt isn't there anymore.
We're protecting everything the rebellion fought for.
Okay. Sigourney Weaver in a New Republic flight suit. I mean, she was in that X-Wing flying around. I'm sorry. I'm not buying Ellen Ripley as a fighter jockey.
Especially with that plastic breastplate she's wearing on.
Yeah.
That prop is terrible.
Well, this whole thing, you can see the CGI.
It looks like cardboard.
Sigourney Weaver, you're a legend. You don't have to do this to yourself.
You're way too good for this.
She is on the record as just taking movie paychecks right now. She's on the record with that somewhere. She's just taking every paycheck. But this
didn't she take the Defenders paycheck, or she was in one of those shows, right?
Yeah, she's in Defenders.
In
Defenders.
Yeah, but right now, but look at this. This is sad to look at right here. This is what they're pushing in this movie. Sigourney Weaver's character who's handing out the missions. I'm not interested. Who cares? You can't. You've lost your nostalgia berries. Nobody gives a shit.
They're gonna retroactively add her.
I don't know, but there you go. You want your. Here comes your first. Here's Zeb. Is that his name? Zeb.
I think so.
The guy from Rebels who all the stands think you're gay. You think is gay.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah. Why is he gay?
Because of some white former Imperial officer that joins them, and they're supposed to be gay together, according to the stance.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Jesus
He
Christ.
he turns a man to the light, and they see that as a
He
metaphor.
turned him over.
Exactly. They see turning this guy into a good guy as equivalent of turning a straight man gay.
So there you go.
And he's got hands on his feet. So
yeah. And then you have these
God.
little fuck. Look, they even arrive in a miniature ship. What the fuck? This is dumb.
I hate these things. Why did people think these things were cute in Rise of Skywalker?
Bottle frick. Because they go.
Because they had
"Hey."
nothing else.
Yeah. And now this is dumb. Listen to this.
You're gonna need it.
They're afraid of him, which they should be. He's a genocidal madman.
Yeah,
He'll eat them.
Yeah.
Given the opportunity, yes. That they're all that's available. But
Why is he still a baby?
Because there's been no time skips. It's still within
This is what, 6 months after the start of season 1?
Golly.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know how long the seasons 1 through 3 and Book of Boba Fett were. I don't know the time frame on that stuff. You have to look up the Disney Star Wars butchered ABY timeline. Anyway, but yeah, so it's like, oh, they're afraid of the baby.
It's a bad baby.
It's a bad baby. Isn't that funny? Are we laughing?
Dragon
No, you're
Lady
not.
thinks it's funny.
Sorry. Sorry, I was laughing at him.
Yeah.
Strap in.
Strap in.
We need a professional.
Hang on.
All right, are we buying this? Are we buying him on
I don't know what's going on. What's the plot?
I don't know.
They're stopping another war.
He's going after all their bingo cards.
I think they're going to say that he delayed the rise of the First Order. That's going to be what it's about, I think. That's my
That doesn't
personal
make any
guess.
sense either. See, God, dang it! Look, we're at the same point. We're at the same problem. You make sequel garbage that no one likes, that isn't profitable. Now everything is written into a corner because everything has to lead to trash.
Yep.
This is a waste of time. This is why midquels and mid sequels and donkey sex, all these things wrapped in one. This is why nobody buys into this stuff. You want to know why Star Wars is dead? Because no one wants to see a story that leads to trash. You want to know why Avatar is dead? Because no one wants to see a story that leads to trash. You want to see why Star Trek is dead? No one wants to see a story that leads to trash. This whole Mando, whatever garbage.
The Mandoverse. It's the Mandoverse,
hampered because the sequels are horrid. So it doesn't matter what we see, we can't get invested because we know how it ends, and it ends
all roads
horribly.
lead to Jake Skywalker.
So why would I even look at this? Why would I get invested? Why would I even try to pretend like this is any good? What if he is trying to prevent the First Order? We know he loses. What's the freaking point?
He might delay it, though, which will be a small victory.
That's nothing. That's less than nothing.
It gets worse, Stray. So the seasons of The Mandalorian have set up a little bit Palpatine's cloning to make Rise of Skywalker make more sense. And so I wouldn't be surprised if the finale of this film is coming across a clone of Palpatine that Grogu has to beat.
Jed, like that's already horrid.
Remember, there's still another movie in the works.
But they did this already with Bad Batch, and then they reneged at the end of it. They reneged at the end of it.
They need to set up Rey's father. They've said Rey's father isn't the son of Palpatine. He's a failed clone of Palpatine.
Jed, that's worse. You do know that, right?
I do. I absolutely know that.
I actually didn't know that.
Yes, it's worse. That's what I've heard, at least. So they might be setting up Rey's daddy.
This is worse. If the idea is that it was a failed clone, which is Palpatine, so Palpatine isn't her grandfather, but actually an adjacent, different.
But here's the problem
garbage.
Here's the problem with Disney Star Wars and the Palpatine clones. They missed the point that Palpatine clones if you go by the actual real Star Wars lore, they're empty vessels. They have no souls, and they are merely receptacles when Palpatine does essence transfer so that he can be immortal. They don't have their own personalities and minds. That's why this whole failed clone bullshit, Palpatine and Snoke and all that shit, that's why it's bullshit. Because you misunderstand the whole purpose and of why Palpatine created a network of clones for himself so he could be immortal. Because he did find immortality. He uncovered the secret lost for 3,000 years after Emperor Vitiate figured it out. He then figured it out himself. I can pull my own soul out and transfer it into something else, and I can do it to other people too. So this whole thing is this just the mess of Disney Star Wars.
Come on, I want to see Baby Palpatine in a lightsaber Jedi duel with Baby Yoda.
All right, so what you want to see is Revenge of the Sith final battle, except it's two babies.
Yes, Baby Palpatine and Baby Yoda recreating Yoda versus Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith.
All right, let's keep going here. It gets worse.
What happens when you're not there to protect him?
All right, let's go back. She was speaking. Let's go back here. So those are horrible looking AT-ATs, by the way.
What's wrong with their heads?
Yeah,
I don't know what's wrong with
I don't like the designs.
Having an allergic reaction.
That's terrible.
Squinty.
What happens when you're not there to protect him?
You good?
Turn this off.
Cute! What happens when you're not there to protect him? Now, here comes the possible theme of the movie, guys.
I'll be right.
Wait, so a little Babu Frick is afraid and screaming right here. Are we invested? No, we want him to get stepped on.
I'm invested in seeing it killed, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be right behind you. Go.
Oh, all right. So can we comment on just the power of Pedro's voice acting there, because he's not really in that.
I mean, to his credit, he's phoning this in, and I don't blame him. I'm no fan of Pedro Pascal.
No.
But good Lord, would you want to do this again? I wouldn't.
Well, he didn't want to do it in the first place. They just paid him money to do it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
He is a prostitute.
Yes, he is.
Mandalorian, you will suffer. Then it will be his turn.
Monsters.
And here, listen. Once again, I have a problem with this. Yes, can Hutts beat Galactic Basic? Yes, they can. I've heard it done in SWTOR plenty of times, but only a couple times. It is, and they had Hutts speak Galactic Basic in Clone Wars for that stupid effeminate Hutt, which was horrible.
Oh God, Zero.
Oh
yeah, Zero. But here's the thing, though. There's something special when a Hutt is speaking Huttese. It's something special to hear. It's one of the best alien gibberish languages ever created.
It's showing that they're above everybody else.
Yeah,
like, we're not to learn the basic language.
We're not going to speak your shit. You're going to speak Huttese, and Huttese is one of the most commonly spoken in the galaxy. So I want to hear Hutt speak Huttese. I don't want to hear them speak Galactic Basic or Ikbesh. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it.
Monsters. The old protect the young.
It is.
And then the young. Protect the old.
So I think that's our theme of the movie. What are you going to do when you're not there to protect him? The young protect the old, protect the young, so the young protect the old. Okay.
What happened to John fucking Favreau?
He was never your friend. He was never a Star Wars fan, and he's a fucking mercenary. That's what happened. You need a moment, Trey?
People wonder why I do drugs. This is why. This is why I do drugs, everyone. Drugs are good for you. No, don't do it, kids. But drugs are good for you. What do I say to this? What do I say to this? This is our final trailer. I don't know what's going on, and I don't care.
There's
care at all.
There's literally 20 seconds left to this. 20 seconds. And let's finish it out.
So the bad guys?
No, we don't know who the bad guys are.
Who are the? See, this is my issue.
Are the Hutts? The Hutts Well, Dre, the Hutts capture him at one point. The Hutt twins capture Mando. So are they the bad guys?
They can fight a snake.
I don't know.
I don't.
There's also
care,
the
man.
roided out son of Jabba who women are thirsting over because he's jacked.
And at the same time, then we know there's Imperial remnant hanging around. He's going after their bingo cards. I don't know.
I hate everything that this film is, what it's trying to be, what Disney Star Wars is. Like we already know Star Wars is dead. That's fine. But I need it to disappear. I really need it to go away.
Put a pin in that. Let's finish this up here. Last few seconds.
It's time.
Did you forget about the rocket sled baby carriage?
Why would a baby stroller be able to go that fast off the jump? If it was like an altered one where he's like, all right, you're going to be in dangerous situations, you need to be able to go fast.
There was a baby Rodian in that thing. There was a baby Rodian in that thing 2 seconds before.
That's ridiculous.
Are you scared? You should be.
Good job, baby.
So a lot of snap and sizzle right there to distract you. A lot of quick things, a lot of lame action just to convince you shit's going on.
How is this a final trailer, not a teaser?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hang on, they just said something. Let's go on there.
This is the way.
This is the way! Gotta get the catchphrase in.
It has not been the way since season 2.
At least, yeah.
Great.
Like,
the only thing I like about this show is the one time he said weapons are a part of my religion. It's season 1.
All right, so that's it. Mandalorian and Grogu, May 22nd. On May 25th, the Day of Doom, the last thing you'll see of me is a quick recording of me with the little bastard in my lap before the movie starts. And then you may never see me again because I may evaporate as we watch it.
As you should. You should become one with the Force after seeing this.
Yeah.
This is why? Why does this exist?
Yeah.
Who cares about this franchise? Who cares about Star Wars anymore?
All right. So Dre. All right. So we just watched this trailer, this Mandalorian Grogu final trailer. We just suffered through it. And you just, Dre, ask that question again. Ask that question again.
Who cares about Star Wars anymore?
The stands.
They don't have money. Here. Try again, Adam. They don't have money.
But Dre, you have to understand. Right now, if you're a Disney Star Wars stan, you're eating good. Don't you understand? You have Maul Shadow Lord, which critics love, and is number 1 on Disney Plus.
Is anybody watching that? No, wait, that show came out.
We're in week 3. Episodes 5 and 6 air tomorrow night. Air 3 a.m. in the morning. I watched the first 2 episodes. It was terrible and boring. I summed it up in less than 5 minutes. All right. Shit happens after Solo: A Star Wars Story. Maul's Shadow Syndicate has been destroyed because his people betrayed him. He's on some unknown world that doesn't get a name in the first 2 episodes. He's hunting for a new apprentice because Order 66 failed again, and some Jedi and his Padawan, a pink Twi'lek, are on the planet. Meanwhile, Maul's trying to kill off people who betrayed him, and in the process of doing that, he captures one, captures the Twi'lek. Meanwhile, you've got some security officers trying to be a good dad whose son plays some sport that they made up, and at the same time, they don't want to call in the Empire because Dre, apparently in Disney Star Wars, even though we're in the middle of the Imperial era, you have to call them in before they come and do something because remember what they established in Andor, that other worlds will have their own security forces and Imperial garrisons aren't there. And the Empire has to first come in.
Empire famous for allowing planetary autonomy.
I'm sorry, wait, back. See, I didn't watch a second of Andor because I value my time. You mean to tell me that a totalitarianistic, authoritarian government is letting planets do what they want?
Yes, the Imperial garrisons aren't there. They need to be called in. And so the big thing about Maul when you start the show is that there's a problem with Maul, and they don't want to call in the Empire. They're afraid because once the Empire comes in, they'll take over as though the Empire hasn't already taken over. They talk about the governor of this planet, which isn't a Moff. It's just the governor of this planet doesn't want to call on the Empire because that would be a problem. But let's forget the fact that in the actual lore of how the Empire works, the Moffs, the actual governors, govern sectors where the Senate has power, continuing weakening power. And it's not until the beginning of A New Hope that Palpatine dissolves the Senate and then, of course, gives full control to the Moffs to control each sector of the galaxy that the Empire spans. But here in this version, governors still have control of their own planets, no Moffs in sight, and the Imperials have been called in. Now, as I found out later, an Imperial Star Destroyer arrives on its own with Inquisitors. Whoa, an Inquisitor that Ahsoka killed in her little animated backstory from a year ago. So that's essentially what's going on in this thing when it leaves. Mind you, though, let's remember, Maul, with everybody doing it, doesn't matter because he dies in the 3-second duel in this timeline.
Adam, we're back to square one.
What's the point?
Everything leads to garbage.
Yeah. So
why would I invest myself if I know it leads to
They're
garbage?
hinting that he survived that fight too. There have been creators hinting that he'll survive his Ben duel.
No, he died in that.
That man got sliced in half this way. I don't care what god you pray to. That's not it.
Maul Shadow Lord is out. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's watching it, but it's the biggest, best thing. And Dre, the only reason you know why we're not watching it, not talking about it, because our good old friend Jeremy from Manabite tells us. Because a lot of them need Star Wars to fail. That's because that's the audience they've cultivated for themselves. They're not allowed to like Star Wars anymore. They have to hate it to keep the grift going. We're just hating it to keep the grift going, guys.
It's no grift. It's bad.
Bad.
Because you've messed. Man, Jesus. You have already set things in motion because we know how things end. Yep. We know it's going to end in the era of suck. Yeah. Stop making things that's in between things.
And
is that hard to understand?
And stop making about content nobody gives a shit about.
Not to
nobody
mention,
cares.
The reason that you pulled Darth Maul out is because he's popular.
Yeah.
That's it. And once again, Adam, I have to address it again. Prequel content.
Yeah, prequel content.
You have literally, you can do all the sequel crap in the world right now. You can start after episode, what was it, 9, whatever, and then just do stuff from there.
They are Starfighter with Ryan Gosling next year.
No one knows what that is, Adam. No one knows what that is. No one's gonna watch that.
No, they're not.
No one's gonna care.
No, they're not.
It's too late. Wait. When did Rise of Skywalker come on? That was 2019?
Yes.
2019, yep.
It is 2026 right now. Do you mean tell me it took you 7 years?
Dre, but
to
the
make
sequel trilogy
content?
is aging well, Dre. People are starting to come around.
No one's coming around. No one's
I do
coming
think
around.
Starfighter is going to be more successful than Mandalorian Grogu, though. With Sean Levy directing, recognizable actors like Matt Smith and Ryan Gosling.
But
I'm not going to say it's going to make any money.
There's no nostalgia baiting in that at all. That's the problem. But that's a discussion for next year. We're talking about that next year.
Post-sequels, which is a problem.
But Jed, we got to remember.
Ridiculous.
The only place this is not being talked about is in our outrage bubble that we live in, Jed.
Oh my!
Because the show has been #1 on Disney Plus since launch. It's sitting at 100% with critics and 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Jed, Rotten Tomatoes says it's good.
Wow, because that's how you show that it's got universal acclaim. If 10 people watch a show and all rate it positively, that totally means that the other 300 million people who could watch this show would love it too. Because that's how statistics works.
But Jed, it is #1 on Disney Plus.
Who cares?
Yeah, fulfilling streaming services.
Yeah.
It's
Not
your
over here.
platform.
Not over here. It's a #3 over here because I just checked.
Thank you, Dragon Lady. Thank you. Somebody got receipts. This is the kind of crap I'm talking about. It's #1 on the streaming service that no one is watching.
Yeah.
What is happening? Look. God, let all these franchises are
Is
dead.
it going to show up on Samba? Is it going to show up on
Well,
DLC?
all right, so that was my next point. That was my next
That
point.
even trended on Twitter. Forget Samba.
These shows won't even show up on Nielsen. They won't even show up on Samba. That's why you say it's number 1 on Disney Plus. It's fucking meaningless when you say that. It's completely fucking meaningless. There is nobody watching this because it's not a success. So let's do a quick recap as we go through. So here we are. Disney Star Wars this 2026 is going to doom it because we have Mandalorian and Grogu coming out in a month. Zero enthusiasm. We just made fun of that trailer. It's a joke. Maul Shadow Lord is in its 3rd week of 10 episodes. They're dropping 2 at once every Monday night at 3 a.m. in the morning. Nobody's watching about it. Nobody's talking about it. I could not even be bothered to review it. There was nothing to review. Not anything to complain about. It's just dumb. And then we still got, are you ready? Ahsoka season 2 this year, guys.
Oh
There's still Ahsoka season 2. That's later this year, likely. Ahsoka
set up that
2.
Heir to the Empire movie,
which is where they're all coming together. You don't think Dave Phony Baloney Cowboy in the doggies and the dildos, you don't think he's gonna magically make it happen now that he's in the completely in creative control? Before
an Avengers level event, guys.
Yeah. So
what
is Disney Star Wars right now? Where is it? It's when we get out of 2026, it'll be the worst it's ever been. Because they don't have anything going for you. Dre, there's not even the 3rd Jedi game to spark some Jedi Survivor game to spark interest this year. Not even that.
That would be nice. At least those games are fun. I can't wrap my head around. Okay, Heir to the Empire is coming, allegedly.
Faux Heir to the Empire.
Yeah, faux Heir to the Empire. Yeah, let me speak clearly. Faux Heir to the Empire is coming. Why would I watch it when I know all things lead to the First Order?
Because
I know all things lead to garbage.
Because Ahsoka, because Mando and Grogu are gonna be hanging out with Ezra Bridger. I don't know.
So we know that Grand Admiral Thrawn loses.
Yeah, apparently.
Because we know what comes next. Do you see the problem? Do you see the pattern?
That's the problem. There's no creativity because there's nothing good about Disney Star Wars.
It's nothing.
Narrative. There's nothing
Not
there.
only is it bad itself, you're leading it to something that's worse. And we know it's worse, and we know it's bad. So I'm not going to invest my time. I'm not going to give you my money, and I'm not going to sit there and try to justify why this crap even exists. You know what you should have done? Real easy. You should have done Heir to the Empire right when freaking Disney bought Star Wars. Am I retarded?
No.
Am I the only one that understands how sequence of events works?
No.
1 + 1 = 2, not 47. I'm going to sit there and be like, oh, I just bought Star Wars. Great. Hey, let's do Heir of the Empire. And then we can lead to garbage. You give me garbage and then put Heir of the Empire in the center of it? Has everyone gone insane?
Well, Dre, it's the essential failure of current day production, writing, storytelling. They don't know how to properly set things up. It's all about banking on your nostalgia. It's all about avoiding the shit that they know doesn't work, but they're, as you said, they're locked into it. Disney Star Wars cannot escape the sequel trilogy because all roads lead to Jake Skywalker. They set themselves up with this.
It's inescapable unless somebody did something radical, like me. Let me take over Lucasfilm today. Today, I'm calling out every news
Cage
outlet.
match with Dave Filoni, winner take all.
Oh, I'm gonna beat the living tar out of that bastard.
That would be the most highly streamed Star Wars event in a decade.
I will make mayonnaise out that white nigga. All right, that would have been something to behold. Golly, I would like first order of business. First things first. EU's back. Get that out of the way. EU's back. Everything that was all them books are now, as far as I'm concerned, Veil of the Force, and I'm making the sequel trilogy also Veil of the Force. So it's I'm gonna remove 7, 8, and 9 off of those.
Yeah.
And then we call it Veil of the Force trilogy. That's what I'm going to call it, and I'm gonna put it in the vault and never look at it again. So individuals that enjoy it can sit there and still flick their bean to it and still enjoy it without it ruining my continuity.
Yes.
I then immediately we go to Heir of the Empire. We're making a trilogy out of that, and then following Yu Zhong Bang War, next trilogy after that. That is how you do things. This isn't hard.
See, I would pepper in some television in between those.
Sure. But I'm just talking about bullet points. I'm just saying bullet points.
Yeah.
This is what.
How would you deal with the original the actors, the trio?
Recast.
Would you recast?
Oh, recast. Yeah,
I mean, here's the thing. I had a conversation. We had a conversation about this a long time ago, where essentially, if you did it right, here's how we I think we did this. You do Heir to the Empire, but you start it as a something along the lines of a reminiscing. You do something, maybe not Heir to the Empire, but you do a reminiscing where you have the original actors while everybody was still alive, and they're reminiscing about something, and then you fade to the events they're reminiscing about, and it's a recast. Then that's how you that's how they could have done it.
The gap.
You could have Hamill, Ford, and Fisher sitting around, have Billy D there too, and have them talking about stuff like, remember when we did this, and then a one-shot miniseries event showing an adventure of their younger selves 4 years after the events, during the remaining war. Because remember, the Galactic Civil War didn't end with Battle of Endor. It went on.
Yeah. It kept going.
There's some stories it doesn't have to be one of those easy lifting, pick up a story to be written, but you put in the small event in there, and then you just say, we recasted. It was a nice, easy handoff. And then suddenly you can pick up with, oh, here we go. The new cast.
And like what Legatus just said in there. Yeah, like I have that run of Dark Empire. Like I have that Dark Horse run. Yeah. Just do that. We have
but that takes place after Heir to the Empire is the problem. Yeah.
But Adam, once again, we have content that we can still follow a continuity.
All the heavy lifting was done. But here's why Disney Star Wars in the here and now, and we've said this before many times, so we apologize for repeating ourselves. They decided not to. They could have just easy moded this for 20 years. They could have easy moded this. But they couldn't. They couldn't, because Dave Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy had to remove George Lucas Star Wars, because George Lucas Star Wars wasn't set up to be identity politics and DEI and all that bullshit and indoctrination machines for politics. It had themes, but it wasn't set up. So they had to, bit by bit, until here we are now, remove all elements, because now this is Dave Filoni's wet dream, to now be at the top and completely revamp it, to make it his Star Wars. There is nothing left of George Lucas Star Wars in the Mandoverse. Nothing at all. Especially not in the sequel trilogy. I don't care how many people you bring back from the OG and the PT. Doesn't matter. It's not George Lucas Star Wars. Doesn't have the taste, the feel, the smell, the tingly sensation that runs up your leg. Right now, it is, here we are, as Dre said repeatedly, they are locked into this vicious cycle of the stuff that, the era that people want to be in and not get near the sequel trilogy. Problem is, the stuff they're writing about is dog shit. What happened with the Let's Get High Republic? Complete and total failure. They tried to do something on their own. They tried to do their own version of the expanded universe, and it collapsed in a heap called the Acolyte, which was roundly destroyed and roasted for its garbageness. And then the stands reveal just how weak they are with their pathetic petition for that, and for save the Hunt for Ben Solo. How many times must we do this dance where it gets revealed how pathetic it all is? Because, Dre, Hunt for Ben Solo, that's post-sequel trilogy. Even Bob Iger didn't want anything to do with that. He knew that was a failure. Even Steven Soderbergh in the past few weeks said, yeah, we're not doing this. I'm giving up. I'm moving on to whatever crap project I'm going to work on next. But we did petitions, we did billboards, we did banners, we did online movements, we talked about it on X because all the fans cared. Nobody cared about your boo butterflies. Nobody gave a shit. And that is why Disney Star Wars in the here and now is going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars this year. They're going to lose it on streaming because nobody's watching Maul Shadow Order signing up. They're going to lose it for Ahsoka Season 2 because nobody's signing up to watch that Rosario Dawson dog shit.
Oh, man, I do love Rosario Dawson. Jesus,
she's terrible as Ahsoka, though.
Oh, she's bad.
She cannot do the choreography, and and her performance is dog shit. Not good. There's no energy there. And then Mandalorian Grogu, its ceiling is 450. It needs that much to break even. It will not make money. And then what do you got the rest of the year? You got no more books. They're cavelling. Oh, we've got a whole plan with Claudia Gray and all these other shit writers for more Star Wars books. Nothing's gonna come of it. Nobody buys those books. The High Republic proved it. And Dre, you got one game coming out this year. Zero Company, whatever it's called. And everybody's
I'm actually looking, and I want that game. I actually want it. I do.
Yeah, you do.
Because it's a turn-based strategy. It's the butter of my bread.
But it's not going to make waves.
No way, no how. It's niche. It's beyond niche.
Yeah.
Night Dragon Lady. It's beyond niche. And I just and I get it. Hopefully it's fun or whatever, but it's not gonna help. And it's Clone War stuff.
Yeah.
Once again.
Clone War era.
I
bet you'll see Anakin in it.
I guarantee you. It'll either be a reference or a reference to Obi-Wan or whatever. Yep. It's gonna be stuff that sells.
So is there anything to motivate success for Disney Star Wars in 2026?
No.
So here we are. This is going to be a disastrous year. Josh D'Amaro, he's firing people. Lucasfilm is under new management. It's their first year without Kathleen Kennedy, and everything's worse than ever. Because when she left, as we said, nothing was going to change. Nothing at all. And when we start 2027, all they got is Starfighter and probably the third Jedi Survivor game, whatever you want to call it. Jedi, I don't know, whatever it's called. The third Jedi game. And as we said, the stories are shit, but it's one of those things. The Spider-Man 2 series, gameplay is fun, story is shit. But it's a fun game to play. You can have fun playing it. But that maybe you get that next year. But that still doesn't generate excitement for everything else. Disney Star Wars related. Starfighter, I don't think it's going to do well.
Does any of this sound like something that would move, let's say normies? Let's just say normies. Because the quote-unquote diehard Star Wars fans that once existed, they're not interested. It is what it is.
I'm out.
Stans have no money. So it doesn't matter if they show up or not. The normies. The people that know of Star Wars because of yesteryear, or it was their dad's favorite franchise, or whatever. Does any of this move the needle for normies?
I say no.
I also say no. And that's who you need. You need normies. Because kids aren't interested in it in general. They're not interested.
Merch doesn't move worth
merch
shit.
No merch. Jed, it sells $1 billion of merch a year.
No, Baby Yoda sells $1 billion of merch a year.
He doesn't.
That's what they were saying.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the production cost is $17 billion.
Yeah.
So
I do think Starfighter is a little bit different than the rest of this, but yeah, normies don't give a shit about any of this.
Jed,
Mandalorian's
let's
dead.
let's take Starfighter, for example. Does this move the needle for normies?
It is a combination of a lot of currently popular things. Ryan Gosling, Sean Levy who's the director of Deadpool and Wolverine. And Matt Smith is playing the villain, who's really hot right now after House of the Dragon. Mia Goth's in it, who's hot after the X trilogy she was in. And Amy Adams is in it. Like it's a stacked cast of popular to semi-popular.
And Tom Cruise directed a scene, guys.
And it's fairly disconnected from everything. So it's not even using Star Wars branding. So some people might just look at it and think, ooh, new Ryan Gosling space movie. And people are saying, I watched Project Hail Mary. Now I want more space Ryan Gosling.
Ryan
Okay.
Gosling's positive energy may be the only thing that gets enthusiasm over
Yes.
this. Because Ryan
Okay.
Gosling has proved he knows
It's
how to
going to
play
make
the
a
game.
difference. Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not going
So-
to make money. I'm not arguing that it's going to make money. I'm not even trying to make that argument.
Oh, for
Just
sure.
saying it's going to do a
So-
lot better than the other
So the
things that we're
idea-
talking about.
So the idea is basically put Ryan Gosling on all the red carpets, basically to try to garner goodwill because he's saying all the right things for Project Hail Mary. Every time he's out there, he's talking about thank you to the fans. I love you guys. Without y'all, this isn't possible. All that great stuff. So the idea is to trot out the pretty white boy out there to seduce the women to come see this film, and to hopefully coach the nerds and normies of goodwill because he now has a science fiction
And he says the right things.
Ryan
Gosling
under his
says
belt,
the right things.
and he says all the right things about the encouragement of the fans. That's the idea.
Yeah.
If that happens, I can see this garnishing goodwill. But I think they could have done this with anything that wasn't even Star Wars.
Oh yeah, no. If this were just Starfighter, no Star Wars, it would be just as successful. Star Wars isn't helping it in the slightest. So yeah, 100% agree with that. Some people with Matt Smith being back in Star Wars, he was originally going to be the villain of the Colin Trevorrow version of Rise of Skywalker. So there are some people who are like seeing this as his redemption arc in Star Wars. So there are a lot of things working in its favor. But as soon as the trailers start coming out, people realize it's Star Wars, and it's yet another modern day story with old grizzled warrior adopting child to save. Because it's the same plot as Mandalorian and Grogu. Ryan Gosling has to take care of powerful young child and get child to save.
Maybe a Padawan. It might be a Padawan.
Maybe a Padawan. We've seen this in The Last of Us. We've seen this in, even though The Last of Us is good and God of War is good, we've seen this in God of War. We've seen this in Mandalorian and Grogu. We're just, Pragmata just came out. There's too many of these stories.
So
mix it up.
But here's the thing. So going into next year, they will have lost a lot of money this year. Lucasfilm will have lost a lot of money for Disney. Next year, there's no room to recoup it, and there's going to be no enthusiasm because, like you said, when they see Star Wars attached to it, once upon a time that put butts in seats, got people excited. It's not going to get anybody excited. And remember, next year's the 50th anniversary of A New Hope next year, and they don't have anything really planned.
They are releasing the theatrical version.
Yeah, but we don't know where. We don't know in what proximity. We don't know how many theaters.
How often?
How
where
often.
will it be on the 4th
They
or the
should
25th?
put it out. They should, if they were serious, you put that thing out on January 1st and you run it until May 25th.
Ooh.
That's what you do. If you're
I mean,
serious,
it'll make money.
It would make money. Original
It would be
theatrical
the first
cut.
time a lot of people have seen that theatrical version.
Original theatrical cut. That
Mhm.
means no CGI stuff. That means no Greedo Han shooting first. All that bullshit. That you are smart. You January 1st. You put it in theaters. You run it. It's the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. It's a legitimate reason, and theaters will be like, yeah, original Star Wars movie. Yeah, people see that every week. People will show up for that movie every week for 5 months. For 5 months, you would have people coming in there.
It could legitimately
repeat viewing.
make as much money as it did originally, not adjusted for inflation, because it made like what 360 initially in its initial run.
I'd have to go look.
That was like $1 billion.
But how's that for a marketing strategy for your 50th anniversary? Say right away,
great.
We're going to run it for 5 months up until actual day, and then on the night, then on midnight, May 25th, then boom, then it's done. Then it's done. And then what do? Then you release Blu-rays of original theatrical cut. That's marketing.
Money.
That's what you do.
We're making money.
But they are not doing that. They're going to put all their money into Celebration in California, I think, this year. That's going to be fun. Good luck there. You're going to put all their money into Celebration, and then they are going to put this movie out a little bit here, a little bit there, with no real good marketing for it. Because they're going to put more marketing into Starfighter than a re-release of OT.
Oh, 100%.
They're going to do that. And that's their plan next year. That's their plan. I mean, if they were smart, that would be a good marketing strategy to understand what it works, but it doesn't. It doesn't work. And that's why it's all doomed. There should be excitement for the 50th anniversary next year, and there's none. Nobody cares.
The fucking Doctor Who 50th anniversary had more excitement.
That was a
in the lead
bigger
up to
deal.
this.
That was a
Mhm.
bigger deal because they still had the mojo. I was excited. That got me to burn through. I had tapped out for Matt Smith. I burned through all his series leading up to it because I needed to catch up. Disney Star Wars is a complete disaster, and we're here for it. And I feel like we're going to be proven right with every little thing we say. So there it is. And we're not talking about going to see it. We're talking about if they were smart. Don't say you're supporting Disney. We're not talking about supporting Disney. We're talking about if they were smart, how it would get people in there. We're not saying we would do it. We're just talking about the intelligent move, which they're not. We're comparing what they're actually doing to the smart move, if they actually wanted to make money and actually cared about their product. All right, we got a few minutes left. So I'm going to now run through this really quickly for you guys and then ask a question. So I went through the week and I checked a few things. And a lot of announcements for several types of movies were put out this week. We got a peek at Cavill, Highlander footage. He is Connor McLeod of the Clan McLeod. Batista is Kurgan. I guess that's going to make, what's his name? Who else is in it?
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell Crowe. I guess it's going to make him Ramirez. So I guess...
And he got jacked for it. He's been showing some of his workout pictures.
Good.
He is
Good.
jacked again.
Great. Let's not have fat Russell Crowe. I'm happy about that. We don't need fat Russell Crowe. We need fit Russell Crowe. So here we go. So
Karen
the movie's gonna take place in New York, Hong Kong. You know, where they're remaking the original, which I'm fine with. We had that discussion. So we got news about this. It's John Wick director Chad Stahelski. The if anything, the choreography is gonna be fucking insane. If anything, and Cavill, we know Cavill goes all in for choreography. He broke his ankle. He broke his ankle when he was doing the choreography. That's why it's delayed. So here's a good shot. I like me the long coat. I'm all down for it. I'm ready for this. I want it to be good. So we got news. This is next year. I'm looking forward to this. Then we got news.
The other pictures of it though. We saw him in Scotland. There's
I saw that too. It looks right out of the first movie. They just same stuff like that. So it's looking good. Maybe the picture. Here we go. It's another picture. He's on holy ground there. I love this. I want Cavill's success. I think this is a smart move. I'm excited. So that's next year. Top Gun 3 is happening. There's so much goodwill with this. Now, these are two goodwill things. But now here we have some sketchy things. Helldivers movie, which we know is going to be pure schlock. Fun, but probably pure schlock. They're bringing in Momoa. Hey, that's his shtick right now. Go for it.
Yeah.
It's easy win.
How are they going to handle democracy and capitalism and shit like that?
That's the question. But we will reserve that commentary for when we get close to that. This is not we're not here to talk about the movies. I'm just simply showing some stuff off here. And now the video game movie stuff is going. They'll make a Metal Gear Solid movie. I don't know how that's going to go over. I don't know if it's a marketable franchise outside its niche gamer base. I don't know. I really don't know.
Not anymore. 10 years ago, the rumors were that Jensen Ackles was being considered. 10, 15 years ago, a Jensen Ackles Metal Gear Solid movie would have done great.
Yeah, but you got to understand what I'm saying. So this is just a sampling of some things I thought this week. And therefore, there's some good stuff, some bad stuff, some poor decision. There's a lot of bad movies. We've mentioned them repeatedly. There's still a lot of shit coming out in the next 2 years, which is what we're essentially know about. But it doesn't look good. Not all. I mean, as fun as I think the Cavill Highlander would be, it's not like it's not gonna be some massive financial winner. It's not gonna be some massive juggernaut. It'll probably be fun. I'll probably enjoy it because I love Highlander. But I don't think it's gonna break the bank. I don't think it's gonna be big. Metal Gear Solid, Jed, you just said it. That's not a guaranteed winner. Momoa will bring eyes to Helldivers, but the Helldivers fad is long gone. That ship sailed 2 years ago, man. And
can shirtless Momoa move the needle in that one?
Can you? I don't know. Can you get shirtless in a Helldivers movie? With that Helldivers not known for its,
he'll find a way to get naked.
He'll find a way.
He'll get dressed in his battle armor at one point.
So, and then Top Gun 3, there's a lot of goodwill. We'll see how that goes. Tom Cruise has a lot of control over his movies. So that'll probably go. But then what's worth this year? We still got Doomsday. We got Dune 3. We're not going to rant about that right now. Supergirl, Clayface, Star Wars, Mandalorian Grogu, next year Starfighter. None of this screams new golden age of Western entertainment. So all the streaming shows we watch, Daredevil aborted again, season 2, failure. Maul Shadow Lord, failure. All the Taylor Sheridan stuff, that's kind of, they're not talking about that stuff as much anymore. The talk is dying down. The enthusiasm
it's
is
still
dying
doing
down.
really well. Like
But
Madison and the Marshals at the top of the charts.
But the enthusiasm is gone. Nobody's talking about it constantly. All these shows, they come out, they either dump them, they talk about them, for a minute, and then they all disappear. Is anybody talking about what were the shows that came out in the past few months? Everybody's talking about Nine Instead of Kingdoms. That's out of the zeitgeist. Am I wrong? It's already gone. Everybody loved it. Everybody loved it, but it's out of the zeitgeist. House of the Dragon season 3. It'll be there, but then it'll be gone because they'll take another 2 years to make season 4. Is anybody talking about Stranger Things anymore?
Nor should they have.
I predicted. I told you they wouldn't be. I said that. So these just examples of Western entertainment. Television is streaming now. So we're talking about you want to talk about terrestrial? Nobody talks about those shows. Shows are getting canceled left and right. All that shit gets canceled. Nobody talks about this stuff. Western entertainment, its downturn has the incline is increased. It's steeper. It's rolling faster. Can Western entertainment, Hollywood, corporations, all these things that make it up, can it be saved right now? Is there any chance? Because a good movie here and a good TV show there doesn't save anything, because streaming killed television and Hollywood identity politics, ideological pushing of agenda-driven entertainment has destroyed people's enthusiasm. Nobody looks forward to anything anymore. That's how I see it. Am I wrong?
I'm going to say something. Oh, right. Go Jed. Jed, please.
Jed, go
please.
first. Jed, go
okay, just quickly. I think there are two different questions here. Can it be saved, and will it be saved?
Okay.
I think we could all come up with good plans for how it could be saved.
Yes,
if the stars aligned and there were intelligent people at the top. It absolutely could be saved.
Yeah.
And the problem is, will it be saved? These people have a history of making the wrong decisions, doubling, tripling down, going till everything burns around them. So any plan that could lead them to success won't be utilized. So they never learn the right lessons from their mistakes or their rare successes, like you said. I think it really has to come down to studio by studio. I don't think there's a universal end-all answer. Just some studios will put the right people in charge who are willing to make those correct decisions that we all know are obvious to us, and then there will be those that won't. We're not talking about it a ton, but Disney laying off 1,000 people recently, they're not understanding what the problem is, and their content's not really changing. So they're not learning the lesson. They're burning as we watch them. But something like MGM with Amazon, with Project Hail Mary, from the things that they've said, it looks like they might be making the right decisions. So Hollywood, as it exists currently, I don't think it will be the monopoly it was ever again.
Okay.
But there will be studios that, rare and far between, but a few studios will start making the
Peaks
right
and
decisions.
Valleys.
Peaks and valleys.
Okay. All right. Dre.
So I'm going to say something ridiculous. I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Okay.
Yes, and to Jed's point, yes, there is two different questions. Yes, I believe it can be saved, and I have an idea on how to save it.
Okay.
Streaming has to become terrestrial television.
It can never go back.
Wait, Adam.
It can't.
Adam, it has to become terrestrial television. It's the only
Well, okay, when you
way.
say terrestrial television,
I'll explain myself.
You mean the model. Go
Yes,
back
that
to the
is
model.
correct.
Okay, all right. For a second, I thought
Yes.
you have to transition back to being traditional
No.
television. Okay,
No.
I misunderstood what you said. I take it back.
Are,
Okay, you mean
no,
the model? You mean
Model.
24 episodes a
That
year?
is correct, sir.
Get
That
the
is
right
correct.
writers. Get real showrunners. That's what you mean. Okay.
Don't spend
is exactly
$200 million a season.
That is correct,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
That is correct.
License.
We got I am in the midst. Actually, tonight I'll be finishing Deep Space Nine tonight. I'll be watching the finale. Season 7, episode 25. I'm looking forward to it. 90 minutes of awesome.
Who will
coming
stop
my
me?
way.
I will.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be freaking great. The only way it can be saved, because let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Regular TV, nobody really cares.
Yeah.
Movies, obviously, everyone's checked out. Terrestrial television made $1 gajillion. One from ad revenue. Let's not forget about that. But it has to return back to that model. Now, nobody hates ads more than I do. No one hates ads more than me. Y'all niggas need to make money.
Yeah, but you know what you need to not do? No political ads. If I see Barry one more time,
you can't.
In the state I live in right now,
you can't. Like the streaming model of somebody pays you $12 a month or whatever, it has failed.
Yeah,
it has failed. Because of, as we talked about in the past, original content and all that other crap.
Dre,
doesn't exist anymore.
Netflix just raised their prices. People are canceling subscriptions because of the high price.
Of course they are.
They're canceling.
They have to raise their prices because it's not enough. Once you start giving away content, essentially, for free, what do you think's going to happen? I spent $100 million on a TV show, and what did I get for it? A $19.99 subscription?
For a month to watch more than just one thing.
Thank you. It's not a model that's survivable.
It never was.
Never.
It could license a streaming service that is exclusively licensing old things.
100%.
Maybe that will be successful.
Which is how Netflix made it.
Which is how Netflix their own stuff.
$50
trillion. That's why Tubi's
$50
crushing it. Tubi legitimately is one of the only profitable streaming services out there.
Jed, once again, I hate Tubi because there ain't nothing but ads on that thing. However, they're not charging anybody, and they're just doing anything but licensing.
You can pay to have the ads go away, but they don't push it on you.
Not
they
at
don't
all.
Push it on you.
It's just enough option.
But there's plenty of people that's still sitting there wanting the free option and just sitting through 90 seconds of soap commercials.
When I will travel, they'll have it built into the TV in the hotel room. I will turn it on because I didn't bring anything on my computer to watch.
And what Tubi originals have you ever heard of?
Nothing. Nobody cares.
They're not spending money on it. They are making any. They're dirt cheap.
Last time,
and they're getting a lot of old movies. That's where Stargate the movie is. They have a lot of great old movies.
Last time I was in a hotel room when I was sick, when I was in Florida, and I because I couldn't go anywhere outside the events we were doing. I was watching Tubi. I started watching something I own, Farscape. They had it all there. And you know what I did when I got home? I picked up where I left off with my physical copies when I got home.
Exactly. That is the model of success. Fill in the blank originals needs to die. It's not sustainable at all. We need to go back to how terrestrial television made trillions.
You need the pilot season. You need a pilot season. People need to just make these pilots and sell them and say, okay, don't just hand out money for this whole season before it's shit.
Is pilot season even a thing anymore?
No, it isn't. No, it's not.
No, not anymore.
It's not. No, it's not. But that's how you knew if something was going to get through it. And then you had, then came sweeps. Were people watching? Did you get out of the bubble? Were you on the bubble? Were you going to make it? And then if you got through your first season, then you get your multi-year deal.
Yep.
And then you get your security. So you know, okay, I've got X amount of years to tell this much story. And maybe when I'm done, I'll have told the story and I won't leave it on a cliffhanger. So then I can try and sell it for more. And then we can start a new run. That's how it used to be.
And create stars.
Yes.
That's how you create stars. You get you make a likable character once again, I want my 20 episodes. Stop playing with me. Make the budgets less than nothing. Build your cardboard sets the way Jesus intended and get to filming.
And reusable sets.
Thank you.
Star Trek The Next Generation used the same set every season. DS9. Every season. Yeah, you make an occasional new one but it's a room. You make a couple rooms for every week, and then that's it, and you repurpose it a little bit, but you walk down the same halls on the D. You walk down the same promenade pathways on DS9. It's all the same. And
they were bragging about the atrium in Starfleet Academy. Like, oh, we built a set that was big, and we kept it around the whole season.
Yeah, you
and
spent
we're all
less
like,
money on it.
Yeah, like everyone's ever done for a classic TV show.
And Dre, you said the perfect point. The stars of TV in the 80s became the movie stars of the 90s.
That is correct.
Bruce Willis. Pierce Brosnan was Remington Steele before he was James Bond.
James Bond, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then became Pierce Brosnan in movies.
And these stars are still stars. That's the thing. Dudes from 30, 40 years ago are still stars today. That's not accidental.
Yeah. The people of the 2000s have all flamed out at this point. They're nothing.
Yeah. Because they didn't know stars were built. Stars have not been built
manufactured
in years.
Now they're manufactured.
Just look at Game of Thrones, the biggest show. We'll call it the biggest show from the last 20 years.
Sure.
How many of those actors who didn't have careers beforehand are A-listers now? Yeah. Some of them tried. Emily Clark, they were really pushing her for a few years.
Hard. She's fizzled.
She's gone.
When she went like
Harrington and Pompeii.
When she went like that for the Nick Fury show, Gaia, when her arm got all muscular, that was it for her. We haven't seen
Gaia
her since.
and Terminator really killed her.
Oh, I forgot she was in that.
Yeah, but I mean, but you're right. Outside of people like Peter Dinklage, who had a career before it and then pulled up the ladder behind him.
Yes, he did.
Charles Dance. Or Lena Headey, who already had a career.
Stars.
Yeah, these are none of these people have careers.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, where are those kids going to go? They were locked into that shit for so long. Where are they going to go? I hope. Good luck to them. But people are sick of
even Harry Potter.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
the trio.
Daniel Radcliffe has made a career for himself afterwards, but it's nothing stellar. It's nothing stellar.
He's not an A-lister.
Yeah, he's Harry Potter. He's Harry Potter. Emma Watson makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, she went on the heroin diet and turned into a psychopath. And Rupert Grint.
Oh, he did.
I actually respect him the most. He just got his money and he fucked off.
Well, he made enough money.
He made money.
Made enough money. Invest it. You're fine. Well, that's the. They all made enough money. They could have just invested it and lived off it forever.
Yeah, but none of them became stars, A-list stars.
Yeah,
like you don't see
the people in Harry Potter
being a hero, like an action hero or something like that. Like that never happened.
People from Harry Potter who were stars were already stars.
Yes, yes,
already,
absolutely. All the adults that were there were already.
The same thing will be for the TV show. The people who are already stars in that are already stars. So, Dre, that's an excellent point. Go the model. So. Bottom line, I don't think they're ever going to make the right decisions.
No, they won't.
They're not
going to make the right decision.
Will versus can.
Between streaming services, corpos, a studio here and there, some indie stuff, there'll be peaks, but we're never going to have another golden age of Western entertainment. We're not.
No.
We're not.
No.
I mean, listen, this week, as I turtled up for this week, I either played a video game or I watched anime all week. It's what I did. When I didn't have to rewatch what we did for Drive-In, that was a rewatch. I'd already seen it before, so I don't watch stuff. And if I do watch Western, I watch what's already on my shelf or saved on my digital library. I don't bother. So I don't think it gets better. I think it's a shame. The studio system is gone because everything's going to be owned by a corpo now, or merged. Paramount, Warner Brothers. It's going to happen. Whether all the little crying sociopath actors get it or not. Don't make it happen. It's going to happen. The Netflix was not going to happen because Netflix had too much baggage, but Paramount is a real studio and a real company, and Skydance knows how to play the game. Netflix didn't know how to play the game for a merger. Paramount Skydance does. And they'll walk it through. They already leaped the worst of the hurdles. They'll get it done in a year.
They haven't leaped Mark Ruffalo yet in Congress.
Yeah. So they cleared the committees, the FCC committees, several of them. So it's going to happen. So, but it will never be the same. Never says what did Disney do with Fox Studios? Annihilated
nothing.
It. They spent $72 billion and did nothing, and took away the iconic 20th Century Fox. Killed it in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So what's left? Nothing. So there it is. So we're in agreement. They could fix it, but they won't. Could be saved, but they won't.
As a whole, yes.
As a whole. It'd be little pockets, little islands, decentralized a little bit. And maybe
that's what's happening in the video game industry right now. It's getting decentralized.
And I think it'll be little fiefdoms here and there will have power and put out something good once in a while. And so we'll check on it in another point. We'll see if collapses happen, firings happen, this and that. If they go back, it would be key to saving it would be going back to low budget movies, several at a time. Don't try to get a blockbuster at every opening.
It's the same model as pilot season.
Yeah.
You make a couple really cheap movies, one blows up, and then you make sequels.
Yeah.
It's the same idea.
Yeah. All right. Good conversation. I think we're done here. Let's wrap it up. Jed, what you got this week?
Well, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I am starting my new job bright and early tomorrow morning, so Endless Frontiers won't be streaming a whole lot this week. No plans for videos. Rider Flight will still happen, but I don't know when yet. It's probably going to be later on the week when I figure out my schedule and make it work. So it's going to be a little light in my sphere going for the next week or two. Of course, Saturday Night Drive-In will still be happening this Saturday at 6 p.m. And Adam
you're okay with my DM with that? You're okay with that?
Yeah, I can shit on Tim Burton again.
Okay. I like that movie. It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. I like it. It'll be a good conversation, though, I think. It'll be a good one.
Absolutely.
Dre, what's your week look like?
I'm sorry, my brain is still on 500. We'll see what goes down this week. Everybody can definitely check me out on X Twitter at TheBrood00 and check out my YouTube channel, Real Playing Comics. And and of course check out bpcomics.io for all my comic book stuff and all that other great stuff. And do those great YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Okay. As for me, the week's going to be a little strange because outside of these regular weekend shows, I need to dial back the streaming a little bit. We'll still do Daily Dive. I can't predict what days. It won't be tomorrow. Will not be tomorrow. Probably more of a Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday thing this week as news permits and also other things like that. At the same time, I'm trying a new direction for the channel a little bit. I'm going to be putting out outside of clipped videos like what you get from today, a little more truly thought-based, discussion-based videos, topics. I'm not going to be chasing the news all the time because I need to reevaluate some things. At the same time, next week, we have a premiere. Next Friday on the Dermy Wormy channel, a new show called The Tryhards. Be myself, Jed, and Dermy. Dermy will be the primary host. It will be only on his channel. We will not be simulcasting at 10 p.m. Eastern. We will be starting a little earlier than used to with Ballbusters because we don't want to be up till 3 a.m. in the morning. A little bit more of a tighter show. It's a little bit more topic-oriented. We're not going to be freewheeling. They'll be having some fun. You'll see some elements of Ballbusters, but it's a little more. We're going to try and just have fun with random topics, random discussions. It's not so much a full pop culture show, but a little bit of everything. There'll be weekly segments or maybe bi-weekly segments. Every one we'll do stuff like we have one coming be called Weird Shit of the Week, where we're going to each try and find something just weird and stupid and talk about it and share and talk. So we're going to have some fun with it. We've got a very nightmare-fueled intro for you guys. Dermy has teased it. He tried to show it the other night, but he didn't have the file up right. It's nightmare-infused. It's funny, though. It made me smile. Made you smile. So you can join my...
will do so much heroin when he sees it.
You're gonna question reality when you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
It's beyond Coke. It's worse.
My vein is ready.
Coke's not enough.
It's acid. Anyway, so join us 10 p.m. Eastern this Friday on Dermy's channel, Dermy Wormy, for The Tryhards, spelled T-R-I, not T-R-Y, T-R-I. At the same time, we do have drive-in next weekend. We will be watching. It's my pick. We're going to watch Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. I like that movie. It's fun. I think it's got a really good cast to it. I like one of the reasons I like it is that it's not Alice in Wonderland. It's what happened afterwards. backwards. I like that kind of storytelling. Take it beyond the original. Don't just rehash it. Do it. And there's a lot of uncanny valley in it. I will say that the uncanny valley special effects are off the charts, but I still like it. I think it captures the proper whimsy of Alice in Wonderland. But we'll talk about that 6 p.m. next Friday. And then we'll be back here for another roundtable. Of course, during the week, there'll be Crimson Desert gaming streams because I can't stop and I'm so far in, I can't deny you guys my addiction. You have to share it with me. Anyway, I might try and squeeze one in tonight for her watch because I can't play as Unka on my own. I don't have the ability to fly and parachute and drift. It's not good. Anyway, thank you one and all for being here this week. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you being here. Being here. Hit that hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time. Until then, take it easy, everybody.